I like playing the bad guy. I personally, when I started off my career, I really wanted to be a villain maybe. यार ये पिक्चर कितनी अच्छी है, तू नहीं होता ना तो ये पिक्चर बहुत चलती because accept नहीं होगा तू यार, because everyone thinks you're a bad boy. तू ना romance किया कर बस, तेरी आंखों में है romance.
When it comes to Shahrukh Khan, I think many of your films, they have really done very well whenever you play the negative character, be it a Darr, be it a Anjaam. I think Ram Jaane, many of your fans may not be aware of that film now, that released in 90s, did very well at that point of time. Baazigar, obviously, it's there in Ladies vs. Ricky Bell as well. There's a ringtone.
There's a dialogue, I dubbed for that.
What do you attribute that to, that whenever you have played anything which is on the sinister side or the mean side, people have really lapped it up like anything?
I think, people have an impression of me being a nice guy. And when I play a bad guy, maybe they feel deep down inside he's a nice guy only. So it's all right to accept him as a bad guy. I really don't know. I like playing the bad guy. I personally, when I started off my career, I really wanted to be a villain maybe. And not a typical villain who's just screaming and shouting, but more psychological, intelligent. And I still have a lot of ideas when my director friends sometimes say, "Tere dil mein koi kahani hai?" And I say, "Yeah, I've got this story of this guy who's like this, a serial killer." अरे यार तू मत कर, तू अपना कोई अच्छी कहानी बता ना जिसमें तू हीरो है. I have a lot of thoughts about the dark side of humanity and people, the evil side, the devil in all of us. I believe in it. I believe that there's nothing like any of us is untouched by badness. I think we all have it to different degrees. Sometimes we succumb to it. More than degrees, we succumb to it. I think Allah has made the world like that, to balance it out. That, there should be evil and good. Depends on what you choose. It's not the circumstances only. It's what your choice is as a person being brought up. So I think because I believe in it so strongly, I play it well. I really enjoy playing the bad guy. I'll be very honest, I like playing bad guys more than good guys.
We've been following you since the 90s itself. In fact, Deewana, when you start off, I think the kind of madness that you have for Divya Bharti and all that kind of stuff, you start off with, in a way, a bad boy who gets turns to the nice guy because of her love and all that stuff. When you did like a Baazigar and a Darr and Anjaam and all those films, many said that he's a game changer. He's an unconventional hero who's playing all sorts of characters, and he's definitely doing something totally out of the box. And after that, the paradox is that today, in many ways, you're known as a romantic hero, like the ultimate romantic hero that India has ever seen. Your fans especially.
Yeah, it is quite ironic actually, because when I started off, I was 26, 25, and I never thought I should be going into a college playing a typical love story where I meet a girl and then her father doesn't like me and then I run away with her and then finally we convince each other that he's a good guy. And I never wanted to do that. So anyone who came to me, because I just joined the film industry, and they would come and tell me that, there's a love story. I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear it. And it was very strange because that time newcomers didn't say they didn't want to hear stories, but I didn't want a love story. I felt awkward doing it. And also, I truly believe the way I look is not a conventional hero's face. What you think of in a romantic film. So the guys who are playing romance then, they're good-looking guys. They are conventionally good-looking people. I don't think I'm like that. I never thought of myself to be a pin-up boy and a pretty chocolate kid who girls will like. I never thought of it like that. I'll be very honest. I still don't think of me like this. When people tell me, oh, you look very sexy or cool or handsome, I find it a lot. People have gotten used to me. So I didn't believe I could play it. Ironically, when I was 30, I played Dilwale, in 95 or something. So I'm like, I'm so old and now I'm playing this lover boy. And then I think that set the trend. Then Kuch Kuch Hota Hai at the age of 32, I shot it in this studio on this floor. And I was like sitting in a classroom here. And I was looking at Karan and I'm like, listen, dude, I'm 32. I can't be in a classroom wearing a cool chain. I find it very odd. But it just worked. I did it only because for 5 years, I had played very intense roles. Deewana, Baazigar. Raju was a different kind of a character. But Kabhi Haan Kabhi Naa, Anjaam, Karan Arjun, and little angry, fighting kind of guys. And then suddenly I started getting bored with it. So I said, okay, let me just play something radically different. And Adi came up with Dilwale. And I said, Adi, मैं कर लूँगा. He said, मेरे को लगता है तू यही कर. I want to do a film in which you have no blood. You're the nicest guy in the world. You're not killing anyone. And I remember my friend, Mr. Ratan Jain, saw Dilwale with me. And we saw the premiere together. And he looked at me and says, यार ये picture कितनी अच्छी है. तू नहीं होता ना तो ये picture बहुत चलती, because accept नहीं होगा तू यार. Because everyone thinks you're a bad boy and you're playing such a nice guy in this. But somehow, it just got that people liked me as a good guy. And
but in the first half, you were quite a bad boy to Kajol all the time.
I think that was more naughty. But he's a man with a lot of substance and goodness and family values. And maybe the times were like that, where you wanted to have heroes who believed in families and goodness. And now things have evolved. I don't know how I became a romantic hero. मुझको यश जी हमेशा बोलते हैं कि तू ना रोमांस किया कर बस, तेरी आंखों में है रोमांस. And I don't believe it really.
And now you've patented that dance step as well with your arms open.
And like as often as I don't want to do it, every director let me एक बार तो करना यार. वो तो I'm working with you. I need to get you to do this once. 11 मुल्कों से ज़्यादा मुल्कों में नाम कमा ले तो माँ तो बेचारी खुशी होगी. मेरा एक्चुअल नाम जो है डॉन का वो मार्क है. मैंने बिल्कुल डॉन की अय्याशी की तरह इस फिल्म के अंदर मज़ा किया है. हमारे धंधे में बोलते हैं कि गर्म है पिक्चर अभी.